Oh no. It was the annual town-wide yard sale today, wasn't it? Yep. Went to 15 yard sales and spent 40 bucks, didn't I? Yep. Well, here is the spoils of about 4 hours of driving around town with a bunch of change, a bunch of cash burning a hole in my purse. Wow, definitely the biggest yard sale haul I ever did. So let's take a look at what I reeled in here that I didn't need. I'm going to start with this stuff over here, obviously the most interesting stuff. A Sony TC K570 cassette deck. $5, needs repair. Well, you guys know as well as I do what this hopefully is. Bad belts. So I'm hoping this works once I replace those. Now, I've had my Iowa 80F770, my beautiful 3-head cassette deck you see right there. I've had that for 12 years now, and it's still working perfectly. And I have another cassette deck that I got close to 8-9 years ago. That also works perfect, and I bought that cassette deck basically as a backup if the Iowa ever died. But the Iowa is still working great, luckily. That spare deck I bought, it has Dolby C, I think it has HX Pro, not sure, but it's a dual deck, auto reverse, not 3-head. You know, it's a much lower tier machine than this guy, which is why I bought it. Because it is 3-head, single deck, non-auto reverse, and it has Dolby B and C noise reduction and Dolby HX Pro. So I'm pretty excited about this. A more worthy spare to the Iowa, or even just a secondary deck to put somewhere else. If it works, which I'm hoping it just needs belts, we'll find out someday. Next, got this for $5. A Hitachi HA37 stereo amplifier. I don't think I even knew Hitachi made component stereo equipment. But I bought this for $5, and I couldn't pass it up because look at this display. Now, to be fair, as much as I would like to think that this whole thing lights up with incandescent backlight bulbs, I have a feeling there's just little red LEDs for each of the functions. I don't know. There's so little information about this online. No forum posts, no anything of people owning one of these. In fact, all the Google results I get are from foreign countries, which makes me wonder if this is something that wasn't even sold here, if it was brought over from another country or something. No idea. But paid $5 for it because I could not pass up this absolutely incredibly 80s looking function display. It's got a graphic equalizer, which is cool. It's purely an amplifier. I didn't realize till I got it home that it doesn't have a radio tuner. It's just an amplifier, but that's fine. If I decide to use this in the white trash hi-fi stack instead of what I currently have there, I have a component radio tuner that I could hook up to this. But yeah, there's that. I hope this works. Next, I paid $10 for this, a little too much maybe, but I could not pass it up. A Panasonic Omnivision VHS VCR from 1987. Exact same series as my PV4760, which you see over there. Of course, my 4760 is a 4-head dual azimuth with hi-fi stereo. This is a lower end unit. It's a 4-head dual azimuth mono. And I was on the fence about buying a 4-head mono VCR, especially for $10, which I believe is a little too much. But I can't pass up these 80s Panasonics. I mean, there's nothing else like them. And according to the seller, it works. In fact, I got with it a bunch of VHS yoga tapes, which I immediately put in a box to donate to the thrift store. But yeah, I hope this guy works. I have no doubt that it probably does work fine. My 4760 worked just fine out of the box when I bought it. I'm sure this guy does too, but of course, like my 4760 and like most Panasonic VCRs from the mid to late 80s, this is going to have an early switching power supply, and it is imperative that you replace the capacitors in one of these Panasonic VCRs that has a switching power supply of this era. So I'll plug this thing in, I'll see if it works. If it does work, that'll be the first thing I do before actually using it, is recap the power supply. I don't know if we can, let's see, if we can go in, look at the pinch ruler. It doesn't look fantastic. So we'll see how that cleans up. But yeah, I couldn't pass this guy up. It's a little bit smaller too. And then down here, this was free. It came with the Hitachi amplifier. And yeah, I'm gonna give this to the thrift store. I don't want it. It's a Kenwood basic M1A amplifier, a stereo amplifier, and this is an absolutely bare bones, no features, single input. You literally just plug a single line level input into it and it yells it out of the speakers. It's pretty powerful, 110 watts per channel apparently. But yeah, just bare bones. I don't care about this. I'm not going to make a video about this. I'm just going to give this to the thrift store as well. Starting down here, a Seabreeze fan heater. Now, I've had a couple of Seabreeze fan heaters in the past, and I find them incredibly interesting because Seabreeze is, they're not in business anymore. The pandemic actually killed them. They were a small Canadian company making fans and fan heaters, and I'm just so fascinated by them because being a small Canadian company, you just never see these compared to how many, you know, Airworks and Kenmores and whatever else you see. You just never see these. They were low volume production, very expensive compared to the competition. And despite the high price, I find the quality of them isn't very good. But I like these things. They're just so interesting. This one, I definitely wanted to give it a try. So the two I had, I ended up throwing both of them away. One was a basic model, didn't even have a thermostat. The other was a unit with a thermostat which was broken, which I bypassed. And it had what was called ThermaFlow, which was a neat function that Seabreeze came up with, where when ThermaFlow is activated, the heating element runs at a lower power, like a lot of fan heaters do. You know, you have multiple power levels, but in Seabreeze's ThermaFlow units, the fan also slows down when the heating element runs at lower power. So the air coming out of it feels just as warm. So it's a neat feature. And I threw my ThermaFlow unit away because of the bad thermostat. I had bypassed it, but I just don't feel good using a heater that I've modified. And then my other more basic Seabreeze that I got years ago, I bypassed the safety fuse on that, which was blown, and I don't want to use a heater that I've had to modify by bypassing the safety fuse. So both of those went in the garbage. This unit, I've already plugged it in. It works fine. Thermostat works. It's got the ThermaFlow, but it's got another function, which you can see down here, that I've never had in one of these, heat sweep. It has louvers that oscillate to blow the heat around side to side. Now, I tried this thing and the heat sweep does not work. So I'll have to open this up and see. I don't even know how it works. I don't know if it runs off the fan motor or if it runs off a separate clock motor. But yeah, the heater itself works fine. Thermostat works. It's actually got, even though it's not indicated here, it technically has the smart thermoflow, which means the thermostat actually has two sets of contacts that open and close. When the room gets so warm, one set of contacts opens and it goes into thermoflow mode, and then once the room gets even warmer, it shuts off completely. So it's actually smart thermoflow, but before they actually called it that. So very cool. I'll have to see if I get the heat sweep function to work. And then I got another Seabreeze fan heater. This one I paid $5 for. This one I paid $12 for. New in the box, and it's actually almost the exact same model as the one I had that had thermoflow, that you can see this one also has. This one has the smart thermoflow as well. Model SF12TA. Brand new in the box. I can't believe it. And what I didn't realize until I got it home was that this is not a standard, unit that you just stand on a floor or whatever. It's meant to be wall mounted. It's one of their wall mount units. Comes with a plate that you mount around an outlet, and then you mount it to that plate, and it's a wall mounted heater fan. So, but that's all right. I might still have a place to use this, but very cool to find one brand new in the box. We'll definitely unbox this on video. Paid $12 for it. Original price $65. Oh my goodness. That's insane. But very, very cool. Next. This was pay whatever you want. I gave him a toonie for it. Shower radio. AM, FM. Splash Dance. Pollenex. Takes a 9-volt battery. Missing the battery cover. I think the battery's dead because it doesn't turn on. But hopefully it works, because I would like a radio for my shower. Next. So I was on the fence about buying this. Bought it anyway because it was only $4. Got it home, realized that I actually don't want it for a reason that I'll show in a moment. But it's a Quasar VHS camcorder, early 90s probably. Kind of a nice change from the usual Hitachis that I have so much experience with. But the problem is, well, the first problem is you need two hands to open the darn thing, so give me a sec. Problem is, it didn't come with the power adapter, and I noticed this when I saw it at the yard sale, and I thought nothing of it. And then I got it home and realized it has this 14-pin monstrosity for the power adapter, and that's because the power adapter is also the breakout box for video out and video in. And oh geez, yeah, as neat as it would be to see if this thing works, I'm not about to. I need another VHS camcorder, like I need another hole in the head. So yeah, I don't think I want to spend more money to get an AC adapter for this thing on eBay. I think I'll give this to the thrift store. Cut my losses, $4. Oh well, the price was right. Finally, everything you see here was free. Just a big free pile, and a couple of 2 F20 T12 preheat light fixtures. Individual preheat for each lamp. You can see the starters there. Pretty gross looking, pretty rusty, but they're complete. And they've got, both of them have Grolux lamps in them, or plant and aquarium lamps. And then I found what I thought were 2 more vintage Sylvania Grolux lamps, but in these sleeves are actually modern GE plant and aquarium lamps, which is okay. But I got 2 of these because I thought of my mother, who does a lot of indoor gardening, always looking for more ways to give her plants proper lighting. So I might see if I can, well, first of all, clean these up because they're kind of disgusting. But see if I could find somewhere in Mom's house to mount one of these where she grows her plants. So yeah, I'll clean these up and keep one for myself, although I don't know if I have a place to put it. Maybe I'll take both of them to Mom's house. Maybe I'll end up mounting them in the basement or somewhere. But I'll find a use for them somewhere. And then this F20T12 strip light, I'm not even going to keep it. I bought it for the parts, specifically the starter socket, because I've been wanting a starter socket. And it's surprisingly hard to find starter sockets. I'll take the ballast, and I might take the lamp holders, and then the rest I'll see if someone I know who sells or who collects scrap metal to sell, I'll see if he wants the fixture housing for scrap metal, just because it doesn't have a cover on it. So, well, oh my goodness, what a haul. Definitely the most fruitful yard sale haul I've ever had. $40 for all this stuff. That's pretty sweet. And yeah, videos for most of this stuff, I think. Video, not a video for that. Video, probably not a video. No video for this, and might or might not make a video for the lights, not sure. But there you go. Wow, more crap that I didn't need to spend money on or have to find places for in my apartment here. But wow, the yard sale gods were with me today. I'm pretty happy, pretty excited to dig into this stuff.